There's actually like a connected house behind it right there. I don't know if anyone's living in there. I don't know if I want to find out. I found an abandoned house. Not one, but two. This is giving me some Hills Have Eyes vibes here. Have you ever heard of the Devil's Backbone? You want to know? Well, I'm glad you asked, because I'm going to show you what the Devil's Backbone looks like here in West Virginia. But before we do that, currently road tripping, heading down to West Virginia for my annual trip. I'm going to be meeting up with a couple of friends down there. And it's a drive I enjoy taking each and every year. And usually I do document some of it along the way. And that's what we're going to do again today, because I know many of you do enjoy it. Because once you're off the highway, we're going to see some beautiful scenery, some rural areas, some small towns, and I think we're probably going to make a visit to a couple familiar spots that we've stopped at before, and maybe find one or two new things along the way. And the only thing I'm asking you to do is just sit back, relax, put on your seatbelt, and come along with me as we head down to West Virginia. Welcome to the state of Maryland. You can tell we're here because the roads are drastically better. Pennsylvania highways and even the city streets, pretty rough in many areas. Well, we're only in Maryland for a short time, but now, welcome to West Virginia, wild and wonderful. We won't be here for very long though. 81 does go through part of it. Then we'll be in we'll be in Virginia, then back to West Virginia. But we're gonna pull off at the Welcome Center here, stretch the legs, and get some fresh air. Well, if you're ever interested in learning about West Virginia pollinators, well, just come to the welcome area. Learn all about it. West Virginia DOH, pollinator area. Now, I stopped here once before when I came to West Virginia, and it's a beautiful rest area. They got the welcome center here. Get some information if you need to, but they also have nice bathroom facilities and plenty of picnic tables here. A lot of shade too. It's one of the nicer rest areas I've ever come to in my travels, and it's right here off 81. So I'm going to use the facilities, get a few steps in here, get a little bit more fresh air, and then we'll be getting back on the road pretty soon. Well, I didn't see a welcome sign, but we are in the state for lovers, Virginia. We're going to continue on 81 South through Virginia. We're going to make a pit stop in Harrisonburg, Virginia. Then we'll continue a bit longer, and then we'll be off 81 officially and into West Virginia for the remainder of this trip. Here, Harrisonburg, Virginia. Need to make a pit stop and fuel up. Right. I heard you. You're gonna fuel up. But we're not getting fuel. Right. We are getting food. First meal of the day. I don't get Panda all that often. Only when I'm heading down south, usually about 2-3 times a year. But when I'm passing by, I always have to stop and get it. Just got a bowl. It's orange chicken and chow mein. Good combination. I either get that or the teriyaki chicken. And I got an order of the crab ragoons. Like typical fashion, I'll let you take the first bite. Let me know how you like it. Nothing chow mein. And of course the ragoon. So looking on GPS here, 2 hours, 18 minutes until we reach Marlinton, West Virginia. That brings us to 3:39 p.m., but it's going to be later than that. We're going to be making some additional stops, check out some neat things along the way. But first, I'm going to enjoy my lunch, and then we'll get back on the road.
In 1,000 feet, turn left.
Now, we're stopping for fuel at a location where there's no shortage of gas pumps. None other than Buc-ee's. This is their relatively newer location here in Virginia. I think it's Mount Crawford, Virginia. And it stopped here for the first time on our way down to Tennessee back in April. And they always have usually cheaper gas and plenty of snacks inside. How many pumps are there? Well, there's over 200. I'm at pump 225, and fuel currently for 87 is $3.32. We'll find out in just a moment what it's going to top off at. Now, I haven't made a dedicated video of Buc-ee's. 12 gallons, $40.58. Now, I haven't made a dedicated video of Buc-ee's. I mean, I should say that. I did do a shorts video a couple years ago, the one down in Sevierville, Tennessee. But I plan on making a What Is It Wednesday video of this location, but it's not going to be today. I don't know if it's even going to be this trip. But I did want to make a video showing you what it has to offer because it's kind of unique, especially if you've never been to one. Obviously, they have a ton of gas pumps. There's no shortages of them. Some locations have a car wash. This one doesn't. But the size of the travel center or gift shop or whatever you want to call it is like the size of like a grocery store or TJ Maxx. It's pretty large. They have everything from food, drinks, collectible items for Buc-ee's brand, to like housewares, travel stuff, camping stuff. They have a little bit of everything. So I will be making a dedicated video in the future. But I'm going to run inside, use the facilities, get a couple snacks, and finally get back into West Virginia so we can start doing some exploring. We are done with 81. No more highways, and good riddance. I was getting tired of it. Really boring on the highway. This is more like it here. Big rolling hills, farmland, a lot of spacious properties, some animals, mountains in the distance. And this is one way that I have taken before, because when you do get off 81, there's 3 different ways to take to Marlinton. One of which involves going further south in 81, which I definitely wasn't doing that. The other 2 involved getting off earlier. When I left Buc-ee's, they had me stay off the highway, and we're currently on Route 42 in Bridgewater, Virginia. And I do have Marlinton, West Virginia as my destination, but I have taken this route before. There should be a few neat findings we can stop and check out along the way, but really can't beat the views. I mean, it is something else out here. Plus, the roads are nice and smooth and not a lot of traffic, so this is the drive I always enjoy taking. And the closer we get to our destination, it seems like the better it gets. Seems like time goes by a bit slower out here. Stunning landscape. GPS on my vehicle says we're near Churchville, Virginia. this definitely seems familiar because, well, I've driven through many parts of Pennsylvania that have similar terrain and landscape and views. A lot of countryside and farmland and some rural landscapes. And if I didn't know any better, I would think I'm driving through Pennsylvania, but there's two key differences. One is the mountains out here are much bigger, but the biggest difference is the roads are much, much better. They're actually smooth and no potholes. I'm not used to it, but certainly enjoying the drive. You know that mountain that we saw earlier? Well, we're now climbing it. Climbing pretty steeply and plenty of hairpin turns. Have to pay attention up here, and if you don't, or you're going too fast, that guardrail could be your new best friend. But the road is really nice and smooth though. Oh yeah, I remember there's a scenic overlook up here. I'm gonna make a pit stop. Won't be able to see the greatest with the wide angle camera, but you'll get the gist of it. It's like climbing the Great Smoky Mountain National Park on the way to the border of Tennessee and North Carolina. Very similar road. You know, this might actually be a different lookout area. I don't remember stopping here. Fort Edward Johnson. If you want to pause and read that, you're welcome to. Part of the George Washington National Forest. I do remember that as we passed through different times of it. So I did pass by Ramsey's Draft Wilderness on the way up here. I remember seeing that sign for that too. They got bathroom facilities. There's a hiking trail here. But let's go check out the lookout. It says Confederate Breastworks 1862. This way. Another trail that way. Campfires were blazing brightly on the mountain. 1862 Valley Campaign. It says you're standing in the middle of what was once Fort Edward Johnson. Confederate soldiers under the command of General Edward Allegheny Johnson built this fort, cutting timber, ditching, fortifying in early April 1862 to defend the Shenandoah Valley and the critical city of Staunton from an invasion by the Union troops approaching from the west. Ready for this view? Yeah, that's a view. Nothing but mountains. Seeing two different mountain ranges. Wide angle doesn't really do it justice, but take my word for it, it looks spectacular. Especially with the patchy blue skies and the lush green trees. You're standing on the doorstep of Highland County, Virginia. Main GPS address is 165 West Main Street, Monterey. And then there's actually three addresses. McDowell and Bluegrass. We are right here. 17 miles to Churchville, Virginia. That's where we just came from. So not only beautiful, but historical as well. Pretty awesome. And we went up one side of the mountain and we come down the other. If all these trees weren't here, we'd have a great view on the way down. McDowell, Monterey, and Elkins we're headed towards. So those are the three addresses we saw on that sign. I don't know if I've ever came this way before. I don't remember this road or that lookout. This might be first time travel for me on this road. Oh, we got a really, really sharp hairpin turn to the right, showing up on Google Maps as like a horseshoe shape. Yeah, that's a sharp turn. Gotta have good brakes coming down here. Absolutely no service out here either. 0 bars. a surprise. We're just coming down this direction and notice this on the side of the road. Battle of McDowell, May 8th, 1862, hometown foes. It says neighbor fought neighbor on this ground during the Battle of McDowell. During the fighting, 3rd Virginia Infantry Union moved to your left along the Staunton-Parkersburg Turnpike in an attempt to get around the Confederate right flank. Reaching this area, the Federals were blocked by the Confederate 31st Virginia. Some Confederates moved through the woods to the left, circled around the rear of the Federals, taking fire from front and back. So, more history here. And I don't think I have ever driven down this road because I don't remember this, nor this little structure, which looks like it has an open door on it, and possibly a little walkway down to it. So let's take a peek down there and see what that is. It looks like something's living right here. Have to be on the lookout for ticks and snakes down here. Jeez. This battlefield property is forever protected by the Shenandoah Valley Battlefields Foundation. It's like a little farm structure. Little workbench. Looks like a place for like smelting or something right there. Some type of iron working. I do hear water though. Oh, there's a little creek right behind it. There's a wheelbarrow on the right hand side of it. Let's see what's inside the main door here. Again, it's not locked. I'm not going to go inside, just going to show you from here. Just some random stuff in here. Bird's nest up there. Well, it's good to know that building's not going to go anywhere. But there is something over here, though, that has my interest drawn. I think there was something else down here at one time or another, because not only do we have stonework right there. There's a carcass on the ground. I'm not going to show that. But we do have this wall here made out of cinder blocks. Unfortunately, it's tagged up. I wonder if something was on top and this is like a bottom retaining wall, or is this sealing something up? That I don't know, but stands out from the rest of the landscape here, that far away from that structure. Just down that road from the Confederate structure, we have a little small town. Bull Pasture River. This is McDowell. McDowell, Virginia. Now, if you blink too many times, you might miss it. Seeing 2 churches, post office, a couple old homes, some closed down businesses. But it's rural. Highland County Museum. There's Grant's Grocery Store. Country store. Funeral home. Gotta have that in the town, right? And now we're through it. Oh, one gas station up here. Is there fuel prices? Wow. $4.06 a gallon here compared to what we paid at Buc-ee's. Quite a bit higher, but you don't have a choice out here. Looks like it's the only fuel station. So we're on Route 250 here west for another 9 miles. Then we're turning, looks like south onto US 220. Definitely not complaining that we're taking a road I've never been on before, but strangely enough, when we left Buc-ee's, Google Maps had me going on some roads that I recognized that I've been on before, coming down this way. I recognize the scenery, a few of the homes. I'm like, okay, so it's going this way. We've been here before.
Turn right.
Turn right onto 84. But after a short amount of time, I stopped recognizing things and had no clue basically where I was other than following the map. So I don't know if there was a road closure or traffic or something else, but Google Maps brought me off the route I knew. And ever since then, we've been seeing this area for the very first time. So it's neat to learn that there's, obviously other ways to get down here, but new scenery, more history. But I did check ahead. It is going to bring us to some more, but I did check ahead. And it is going to take us to some roads that we have been on before. But as I'm driving, my head's on a swivel. But once we get back on those familiar roads, I know there's at least 1 or 2 more stops we're going to make. Possibly more, but definitely 2 more before we actually get into our destination of Marlinton. So a little bit more to come. We may find something new, but we're definitely going to revisit 1 or 2 things we've seen in the past. Just came down from that direction. We're still on 84, and I turned around because I passed this. It's like an old general store and gas station, possibly. Looks like it's been closed for quite a while, but it's got some old signage up here, including on top Royal Crown, RC Cola, and instead of a below ground fuel tank, looks like they have the tank on the porch here, if that's what it is. I believe it is. Yeah, it's connected to the gas pump right here. 87 octane. What was the price per gallon? Say $3.50 or $3.60 something? When's the last time that actually pumped some fuel? There's even a vent right there for the fuel. It's sitting in direct sun. Wonder if there's anything in it. Nah, bone dry. There's a structure next to it. Actually, a few structures. Doors open there. Up here on the porch, though, I see some more old signs. Groceries, tobacco, gas and oil, and candy. This is probably a neat little store. Probably farmers came here, get fuel for their tractors, lawnmowers, pickup trucks. It's not posted. I'm sure someone does own it. I don't know if we can get a peek through the window though. Oh wow, look at that. The old shelving's in there and everything. It's got a ceiling fan, fluorescent lighting. It's like a coal stove or wood stove there on the left hand side on the floor. Please unload gun and remove ski mask before entering. Hey, at least they ask you to do it nicely. I'm sure our children came here too. Some loose change. Get some penny candy. Ice cold glass bottle of Coca-Cola. Let's see if we could take a ponder in some of these structures here. I wonder if these are like little shacks that vendors sold out of or something. The building's got a tin roof, so it's holding up pretty good. Oh, there's actually like a connected house behind it right there. I don't know if anyone's living in there. I don't know if I want to find out. This is just like a little storage room right here. You can't even see the whole inside. It's just separated off. Yeah, there's a residence. I don't think it's occupied, but I don't really want to be nosy, just in case someone is or someone's looking after it. But when the store was open, most likely they lived there and just came out front, opened up shop. And look at the view across from you. Oh, big rolling hills, one lone home over there, mountains behind it. If you guys happen to recognize this place or know anything about it, please comment down below as to maybe when it opened, when it closed, anything like that. Love to learn more. Ah, just found the sign, Mill Gap Supply. I'll look that up. If I could find anything, I would have added it in the video. If I can't, maybe you could do some research yourself. Let me know. There's a little ATV though sign beneath it, so most likely ATV, side-by-sides and stuff like that, dirt bikes, motorcycles, got fuel as well. I mean, anything that needs gas obviously, but since we're in a pretty rural farmland countryside, those are the things that stand out to me. But neat little roadside find. We are officially in West Virginia. We're still on 84 West, and there's a little sign back there that said welcome to West Virginia. So no big sign I can see along the highway, but we are officially West Virginia now. And along the way here, did pass some more rolling hills, up and over another mountain with some hairpin turns. Beautiful scenery. Keep my eyes peeled. I passed a couple structures which I thought maybe were abandoned, but they're not. But I am really paying attention to see if there is something to check out. Now before we reach town, I do have another destination in my GPS. I believe it's a location we have been to before. I'm not certain. I'll know for certain once we do arrive. But it has a rather interesting name. So I figured even if we saw it already, maybe you haven't seen it yet, we'll stop and check it out. Well, like I mentioned, new road for the first time, new findings. Haven't reached our first destination yet because I found an abandoned house. Not one, but two. So where we are is 92 North. Green Bank is that direction. I think that takes you towards the observatory. But the way we're actually heading is that direction. But I just happened to glance over around the turn, noticed it. I'm like, yeah, these ones are definitely abandoned. And abandoned for quite a while. And this one's got the tin roof. Open windows, open doors, wooden frames. And it's got that faux brick exterior, almost like shingle material. I don't remember the name of it, but really thick and overgrown around it though. Front porch is right here, being reclaimed by nature. Open door policy. No post-it signs. That's always a good thing. And inside looks not the greatest. I don't know if it's worth going inside. It might be like termites holding hands with the structural integrity. Oh, at the very least, let's give it a try. Oh boy. Oh, that is soft. There's a bone right there. That's not a good sign. Wow. Look at all the shells. Oh, it's got the open floor plan. I don't think I want to walk in this house. There is a hole right there. Holes over there. Holes everywhere. Plenty of ventilation, but definitely not up to code. Surprised it doesn't have push button light switches. Low ceilings too. Maybe like 6'3" ceiling. Wooden floor. Hundreds of like acorn shells. There's a grate right there. Maybe that's for heat. Chimney. Would have been a stove in here. And another one upstairs for cooking and or heating. Yeah, I'm not going any further. This is really brittle. It's almost like roofing material, like I said. Another chimney right there. Oh, darn it. This door's locked. This is probably the living room area. Not a big house, but several rooms. Definitely old. See, there would have been a light fixture right there. Low ceilings. The upstairs, second floor would have had low ceilings as well. The windows are not even probably eye level. I think if it wasn't for that tin roof, the house would probably be down to nothing right now. Just splinters. But we have something else just over here. So they're both on the same corner here. Basically neighbors to each other. This one may be a business. See a picnic table out here. Well, it's actually two structures. So there's this right here. It could be a small home. But it looks like it could be a business up here. There's a big covered area. And I think there's some vehicles out here as well. Yep, this one has a story to tell. Look at that minivan. What is that? Toyota Previa? It's really ugly. And then a Chevy sport van, pumpkin orange. And this is not an occupied residence or business, but I do see a zip code right there. Is it 10108 or 18108? I wonder if this was like a general store. Something was mounted here. This is giving me some Hills Have Eyes vibes here. I'm not even going to try to open the door. Don't know if it is open or not, but I don't want to find out. It's kind of weird how everything's set up. Artificial flowers here. Some seating. Char griller. I'm thinking this was a type of business. What are these, albums here? Binders. Looks like maybe a general store or antique store. Something along those lines. But there is, I think, a residence next to it. I could tell too there's lighting all around. Light fixtures around the whole perimeter, so this would have been probably open at nighttime or at least lit up for advertising. Definitely not dressed appropriately. I should be wearing long pants and socks and sneakers, but I want to dress comfortably for the long drive. Let's see if we can get into the house because it is rather thick over here. And if it is a house, probably they lived there, ran the business out of here. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to make it through there. It's not worth it. I'm either going to pick up some ticks or cut myself open. Not worth it. We've seen at least what they look like. Well, although nothing spectacular, at least we had two abandoned locations. An abandoned house, possibly an abandoned business. Both have a story to tell. That one, though, definitely has some questionable vibes. But we'd head down the road, continue on to our first destination. Have you ever heard of the Devil's Backbone? Do you know what one looks like? No? You want to know? Well, I'm glad you asked because I'm going to show you what the Devil's Backbone looks like here in West Virginia. But before we do that, let me tell you about what it actually is. So along the roadway, you will find this, Tuscarora Clinton Sand. This miniature anticliner upfold, known as the Huntersville Arch, in the Tuscarora sandstone shows the features of the larger structures which produce oil and gas. The Tuscarora sand produces some gas, although is largely unexplored in West Virginia. So if you come to the other side of the road from that sign that I just read you, you will get your first glimpse at the Devil's Backbone, or the anticline as it's called. So if we stay on the bridge here, dodge traffic, look across, there you will see the Devil's Backbone. And you can actually drive right up to it. We're going to take a walk up to it though. I've seen this before. I did remember the name of it when I saw it on Google Maps, but I never walked up close to it. I've only seen it from here. So we're going to go over there, check it out up close and personal. But before we do that, I want to do a little bit of scouting. I found something down below us that may be worthwhile for a return visit. I think this is where the trolls live down here under the bridge. Now obviously people come down here, it's tagged up. Like it's really freshly painted and maybe redone as well. But the reason I came down here is because it's giving us access to what I'm observing as a potential swimming hole. Look at this right here. This water gets fairly deep. Now the strange thing is that the water's flowing down from that direction, but here with the wind, it's blowing backwards. So it's like a pool of water. It's not stagnant, but just not moving very quickly. And there's a bit of a beach area down here. So this looks ideal for coming to do some snorkeling, some swimming, some cooling off. You're underneath the bridge here. You got some shade if you want it or need it. And you got really nice water conditions. I mean, I could see it's probably at least 6 feet deep there. Some big rocks in there. And you're right at the base of the Devil's Backbone. So I think I'm going to be back here in the future. This looks promising. Might be this trip. Might be another trip. I might be with friends. Might be alone. But I think I'm going to come back here. We were just over there. And now we're standing at the base of Devil's Backbone. So basically what it consists of is a big carved out area, but what you can notice is the, what they call them, anticlines, like the arches, the ridges. It's all like pushing upwards. I don't know what ate it away like that, unless it was mined or excavated. It's unfortunate all this foliage is here. You can't get a great view of it. But they got a flag here and the sign Devil's Backbone Rock. So beyond there it's posted. And I've seen pictures of people up there. I mean, obviously not at the top. But climbing up there though, around some of the arches and crevices. I'm definitely not equipped for that today with my swimming sandals. But I guess if you are willingly brave enough and have the proper footwear, you could scale your way up there. Just for a size comparison, I'm going to place you guys in the ground. I'm going to go up just a little bit up here, just so you can see how big it is compared to me. Yeah, it's about as high as I'm going. I can see footprints. People do go up here. If this foliage wasn't here, you could probably get some great shots from the bridge or down below, but it's massive. It's like a big vault. Let's go. May have just spotted another little hidden gem. Oh, look at this location. Wow. That's calling my name all day. Another beach area. Starts off shallow, gets fairly deep. And there's a good pool of water here, probably good for fishing as well. Yeah, I see fish in there. And it gets really deep over there by that rock, and there's stuff on top of that rock. I don't know what there is. There's a ladder though, coming out of the water to the rock. I guess you could jump off of there. This looks like such a cool area, especially to get some underwater wildlife. The rock formations are pretty neat. Well, I can even jump off right here. It's deep enough. That's over 6 feet deep right there. It looks like it's probably closer to 10 feet there. But that is really neat. This must be a really popular swimming hole. But shallow before it, shallows out after it, but really deep pool of water here. Now I'm torn. Which location do I want to return to? Both of them are calling my name. Both the Devil's Backbone one and this one. I like them both. The other one I like because you're under the bridge. This one got the rock formations and even a place to jump in. Well, I think before this trip is over, I'll be at one of these two spots, if not both. And I'll probably make a video of it, showing you what it's like beneath the surface. Well, we've reached our destination. You want to know how I know that? Besides Google Maps telling me, I have service again. This is like one of the only towns in the area that has network service. So we're coming into the downtown area here, and I've shown this before in other videos. This is home to the Greenbrier River and Greenbrier River Trail, which we've documented in 2 different sections before. And there's a nice little downtown area. I've done a photo walk here as well for my other channel. There's some really nice looking buildings, nice little mom and pop shops. There's even a bicycle shop down here, ice cream stand, and some history as well. So
In a quarter of a mile, turn left.
I'm already here. And in case you're curious, fuel prices here, $3.89. There are 2 stations here in town, so not terrible. Better than what we saw earlier. So this is the river trail. We did this section on our last visit here. And our first visit, Matt and myself went this direction all the way to the tunnel, which I don't remember the name of it. But this is probably the better of the 2 sections, even though the trail does go for a long ways behind me. But this is the former train station depot, which is now the 4th Avenue Gallery of Marlinton. Got some switching hardware here and a couple freight cars and the old signal as well. Back in the day, rails would have been right where we were walking, pulling up right next to the doors there, loading, unloading of box cars and or passengers. And this caboose has seen much better days. Yeah, sitting out here in the elements, it's not doing it any favors. Box car is holding up a bit better, and then we got a flat car here, which there isn't really much of it to deteriorate. Just a wooden decking here. But at least they're here, showing you why this rail trail exists. The size of this chain here. Pinch a finger, that would hurt. Not a bad picture opportunity right there. I think we'll see that one in the photo montage. Now for this trip, we didn't bring any bikes or scooters or anything. Since we did do this 2 previous times, we figure we'll continue with it maybe the next trip when we have more people. There's only 3 of us for this trip, which is myself, Matt PG, and our friend Dan. The others just couldn't make it work with their schedule, but they're hoping to make it down next year with us, as we like to make this a yearly tradition. But this is a small town though that we absolutely love because it has just that small town, close-knit feeling of community. A lot of great little stores. You're surrounded by the mountains. You got the river. You got plenty of things to see and do. And even walking around here is nice. You got a mixture of businesses, residential, some kind of historical places like this one right here. Old C.J. Richardson building. And it's been here so long that these people have turned to bones. It's actually known as the Rivertown Cafe. There's a lot of repurposed buildings down here. There's a visitor center right here. Old Clark Inn. There's, I believe, some bed and breakfasts here. Maybe even some cottages nearby or cabins that you can rent. But absolutely love this town. And where we're staying is just on the outskirts of it. We're only a 5-minute drive away. It's also a splash pad park down here. across from the ice cream stand. So there's a lot of little things, little hidden nooks and crannies to this town that really makes it appealing. And it's just, you know, relaxed atmosphere. There's nothing really busy going on. Aside from a few establishments, I mean, the town pretty much shuts down when it gets dark, opens up in the morning for breakfast, and then in between it's active, but it's a nice little town here in West Virginia. Not too bad of a backdrop, huh? So it is almost 5:30. I was anticipating this time frame, and coming down here was a refreshing experience because it took us on a route I'd never been on before. It started off in familiar territory, but after a short period of time, everything after that we saw for the very first time. Some of the things that stood out to me though is definitely the two abandoned structures next to each other, the house and the Hills Has Eyes vibes place with the van and the minivan. That service station with the gas pump and gas tank on the porch. And I don't remember what else we saw. I know we stopped at Devil's Backbone, the two possible swimming holes. But we saw a lot of beautiful areas though, rolling hills, the mountains, climbed up and down several mountains. Really puts your driving skills to the test. Also, off camera, there's areas I didn't film that I did stop and get some photographs with my Nikon, so they will be included in the photo montage. There was a couple of like barn structures and abandoned looking houses that I wasn't able to go into, but they were photo worthy, so you'll see those in the photo montage in case you're wondering, hey, you didn't see those in the video. But now that we're down here, I'm gonna be heading to the motel now to check in, meet up with Matt and Dan, and you're definitely going to see at least 2 more videos from this trip, possibly 3 or 4 videos. Also, there's an abandoned house that I found on Google Maps on the way here. I think it's abandoned anyways. I'm going to check it out on Sunday before we leave. If it's doable, I will film that in its own separate video. That's if it's not posted or occupied and I could get inside. But you can't see it from the road, but it does show up on Google Maps, and the driveway to it is overgrown. So that's promising right there. Also, to whoever's in the back seat and got car sick, I'm gonna send you the bill. You left quite a mess back there. All joking aside though, hope you enjoyed the views, hope you enjoyed some of the commentary, and making it a little bit more of a vlog-like video where we stopped, got some lunch, got fuel, gave you a brief preview of Buc-ee's, and mostly the scenery and the roadways on the way down here because it is an absolutely gorgeous ride. Just under 7 hours for me, and I enjoy every second of it, especially since the roads are good. But if you made it this far, like I ask sometimes, please leave a comment with a smiley face and a heart. It tells me that you watched to the end, and feel free to let me know what your favorite area or areas were that you've seen in this video. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching, thanks for coming along, and until next time, I'll see you in the next video.